Hello and welcome to the 18 WJTS News for Tuesday, October 17th, 2023. Thank you so much for tuning in with us this evening. I'm Kaitlyn Neukam reporting. Around 5 p.m. Eastern Time last night, reports of a flipped car on US 231 south of Huntingburg came into our station. Drivers were asked to use caution when driving through this area or to find an alternate route until first responders cleared the scene. As of this morning, the DuBois County Sheriff's Office has not released any details on this accident other than to report that there were no injuries to those involved. A Lagodi man was arrested for resisting law enforcement on Thursday, October 12th. It happened when Indiana State Police Master Trooper Jared Lentz was patrolling US 50 near Lagodi when he observed a vehicle making several unsafe lane movements. Trooper Lentz stopped the BMW and identified the driver as Brian Sinnott of Lagodi. While conducting the traffic stop, Sinnott began to use obscenities towards Trooper Lentz. Trooper Lentz walked back to his patrol car and Sinnott began to rev his engine. Trooper Lentz walked back up to the vehicle and told Sinnott not to rev his engine due to his patrol car being behind him. Sinnott continued to scream obscenities towards Trooper Lentz as the trooper again walked back to his car. Sinnott exited his vehicle and started to approach Trooper Lentz. Trooper Lentz ordered Sinnott to stop and not continue walking towards him, but Sinnott did not heed the warning and still came toward him. Shortly after, a brief struggle ensued and Trooper Lentz was able to place Sinnott into handcuffs. Sinnott was transported to the Martin County Jail without further incident, where he was remanded to the custody of jail staff. 19-year-old Brian C. Sinnott of Lagodi was arrested and charged with resisting law enforcement, a Class A misdemeanor, and disorderly conduct, a Class B misdemeanor. Trooper Lentz was assisted by the Lagodi Police Department. The Jasper Street Department will close East 12th Street on the east side of the intersection with Vine Street on Thursday, October 19th, starting at 8 a.m. This closure is to replace a storm sewer under 12th Street. Barring any unforeseen problems, it will be reopened at 4 p.m. that same day. Vine Street will remain open to through traffic, but may experience delays. Motorists may use Fairview Avenue and 8th Street as a detour route. This closure is subject to weather conditions. Tires, plastic bottles, fishing lines, styrofoam cups, and more were collected by volunteers as part of the annual Patoka Lake cleanup at the end of September, and the numbers are in. Our very own Bill Potter has the totals for trash collected.
Individuals, young and old, along with organizations, picked up trash as part of the 17th annual event to beautify the Patoka Lake shoreline and areas draining into the lake. Cleanup totals have been confirmed. Volunteers were able to rid the lake of 1,860 pounds of trash, 500 pounds of recyclables, and 22 tires. There were a total of 175 volunteers, which is an increase from 2022. Cleanup Day is coordinated by the Patoka Lake Watershed Steering Committee and hosted by Patoka Regional Water, Indiana DNR, and the Corps of Engineers. The Watershed Committee is a volunteer group of stakeholders who bring awareness to the health of the watershed. The Patoka Lake Watershed covers parts of Crawford, Orange, and DuBois counties. Reporting for the news, I'm Bill Potter.
Thank you, Bill. The Patoka Lake cleanup event for next year is being planned for Saturday, September 28, 2024. Patoka Lake is a vital part of our area, providing flood control, recreation, and water supply to more than 100,000 Patoka Lake water customers in southern Indiana. An Indianapolis man was arrested in Gibson County on OWI charges on Sunday, October 15th at approximately 6:05 p.m. Sergeant Lauren Barchett conducted a traffic stop on a red 2016 Chevrolet passenger car for speeding on I-69 near Oakland City. Upon approaching the vehicle, Sergeant Barchett immediately detected the odor of alcohol coming from the driver, 43-year-old Rodriguez Molea Leoncio of Indianapolis. Sergeant Barchett conducted a roadside DUI investigation and later took Leoncio into custody and transported him to the Gibson County Jail. Leoncio is facing charges of operating a motor vehicle while intoxicated and operator never licensed. The DuBois County Museum invites youngsters to come in Halloween costumes to participate in this week's Spooky Street Night at the museum this Thursday, October 19th. Doors will open at 5:30 p.m. and the evening concludes at 8 p.m. in an open house type format. Museum volunteers have transformed Main Street in the museum into a dimly lit alleyway where costumed children can pass through if they dare, and shop owners may poke their heads out to try to guard their shops. Crafts and activities await in the Log House area. The cost of this evening is free, and to offset the rising costs of prices of candy and treats, visitors are asked to make a donation to the museum. The first 100 children exiting the lobby will receive a treat bag of goodies. There is no registration required for this event, and the Optimist Club of Jasper is the sponsor for the DuBois County Museum Spooky Streets. That is a wrap on your news for today. We will be right back with one of the most energetic dogs I've ever seen featured on our Pet of the Week with the DuBois County Humane Society.